my name is Aiden Vaughn and welcome to my channel. Today I will be reviewing Hulk the End. Now this is actually two different stories but in the same book. They're both written by Peter David, and the first story is drawn by George Perez, who is very famous throughout the comic book industry because he is a very talented artist, but he is also iconic. And the other artist for the other story is a man named Michael Keown. Now, this is the only story I've read that had his artwork, and I enjoyed it. It was nice to look at. And as for Peter David's writing, it's very good. It's not the best writing that I've seen, but it's very good. Now, this book is by far my favorite Hulk book that I've ever read, and I'm a big Hulk fan. He's actually my second favorite Marvel character behind Spider-Man. Now, to get into the first story, it's under the title The Incredible Hulk, so it's in the main story. And in it, the Hulk is transported about 80 years into the future. Now, bear in mind, this story was written in the late 1980s, and so when he's sent into the future, the nuclear war between, the United States of America and the Soviet Union actually happened, so they launched nukes at each other and destroyed the world. The world. But there are some remnants of humanity, but all of the superheroes are dead. And so the Hulk has to, from the past, he has to help these insurgents defeat the dictator who has taken over the rest of humanity. And it's pretty good. It's very scientific, science fiction-like, because of all this time travel stuff. And there's this one scene where Hulk finds out that his old friend Rick is still alive, just barely, because he's really old. He's got a respirator system hooked up to his wheelchair. But Rick has this mausoleum to the heroes, and George Perez's art in this scene is fantastic. It's one of the best scenes that I've ever seen. I'm just going to flip through the book to show you, part of it, as to not spoil the entire book for you, or at least this story. My apologies. No, I skipped past it. I'm almost there. Yep, just a few more pages. There we go. You've probably seen this on the internet, but it's very good. And I hope you saw that. And that is one of my favorite Marvel pages and panels ever drawn. It's very, very detailed and very good. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get comfortable here with my arm. And then that's the first story. And the second story is called, first story is called Future Imperfect, under the Incredible Hulk title. The second one is a one-shot story. It's called Hulk the End, which is what the book's called, because of the themes of the stories. Now, in Hulk the End, Bruce Banner is the last man on Earth. Because of his exposure to gamma radiation decades and decades prior, this is like 100 years in the future? Not sure. Anyway, Bruce Banner's the last man on Earth. He's the last human on Earth, even though he's sort of a human mutate. And the reason why he's still alive is because of the Hulk. And he's just waiting to die because he's thinking to himself, "Geez, it's been like 100 years since everyone died. I just want to die myself." And but he can't because the Hulk won't let him. And it really delves into his psychology as a man, because one of the main reasons why I love the Incredible Hulk is because he's a brilliant scientist in the form of Bruce Banner, and he's a sweet, caring guy. He's like a very good person, despite a horrible past. And then, he's exposed to this radiation when he was testing a bomb for the U.S. military, but he, had to save a kid who was in the blast zone. And then, it's sort of a Jekyll and Hyde sort of thing, and this story really delves into it. And I'll show you some art from that, because it's pretty good, as I said. Oh, here's one that shows the Avengers, and then here's one that shows him. And I hope you saw that one too. And but overall, both stories were very well written, well drawn. The pacing was great, and styles of writing and art were well conceived. And overall, I highly recommend that you go and buy these individually, or just the book that I have. And one of the interesting parts about Marvel Comics is they have ratings. Like, this is rated T for teens. It's sort of like a video game rating, which is interesting. Earlier in the series when I did Daredevil, that one was T, as was the Kraven's Last Hunt. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you like. I really appreciate your feedback. And, have a good evening or day. I'm filming this in the evening, so good day.